I mean, it feels like it, right? We see the paper, more athletes every single day finding themselves and more in trouble on and especially off the field. Of course, the big news this week, quarterback Geno Smith of the Jets out up to 10 weeks after a teammate broke his jaw in the locker room. And then Cam Newton of the Panthers got into a scuffle with one of his teammates. And now there's news that golfer Phil Mickelson is in hot waters. They're being investigated for insider trading. Mike Bako, sports editor for the Daily National, for dailynational.com, joins us, and attorney Aaron Ehrlich is back with us as well. All right, Aaron, Geno Smith, his roommate, his teammate rather, this is what bothers me. The guy punches him in the jaw and there's no legal action. Isn't that assault?
It is assault, but if he's not going to press charges, and the prosecution, even if they don't need the victim to press charges, they're going to have a difficult time establishing their case because they need to.
Why, a wired jaw isn't a good case?
Well, unfortunately, the judge can't take judicial notice of a news article or of a report.
What about the medical report, or the guy shows up in court and says, "Judge, I mean, Mike, doesn't this point to the problem, though? These guys have been coddled from day one, and they're never accountable, so they go beyond the limits.
Well, here's how they're accountable. The law of the locker room. Impale, after he punched Geno Smith, was cut within 10 minutes. Now, he was picked up by Rex Ryan in Buffalo, so there's not that much in the way of long-term damage. But you do see suspensions. You do see guys get cut. Alden Smith on the 49ers after yet another.
Right. But listen to what you said, Mike. After another. And they've been, by the way, this has been happening since they showed their first sign of athletic skills at 10 years old, and they won a relay race somewhere. They've never had to live by the rules.
And it's completely true. FSU has been having this problem with their players recently, and they keep getting into trouble. And the question then becomes, for at least for the university, when other people are getting hurt, well, didn't you know about this guy? Why are you allowing this person
This is an indictment against society in general, that we just have put these guys on a pedestal that's so high we're willing to forgive almost anything?
Well, it's the nature of, like you said, getting coddled from a very early age, no repercussions from a judicial system, from a parenting system, from a school system. A lot of these guys making their way through college without really learning how to read and write and being prepared for the world after professional sports, which most, if not all of these guys will not be playing. There's not going to be that rainbow at the end of the tunnel.
I want to shift real quick. PGA started today. Dustin Johnson, a guy who's been in trouble himself in the past, is leading. Phil Mickelson in the middle of an investigation that involved a publicly traded company called Dean Foods, whose chairman, by the way, abruptly resigned. He quit. A professional gambler is involved. I mean, this is just, one of the things about Phil is that people like him. Not necessarily just because he's good, because he's likable. And he makes a lot of money off the field, maybe number 2 to Tiger Woods in endorsements.
Absolutely.
What happens if this gets worse for him?
Where there's smoke, there may be fire. Phil Mickelson, you mentioned some of the other people involved, the reputed gambler. About 6 months ago, Phil was involved in a money laundering story with another professional gambler. Phil is known to play loose with the rules and his golfing on the course and also off the course with gambling. So this is a story that does not come to much of a surprise for many people that have followed Phil.
Sorry to interrupt, but I would expect there to be some ramifications with any of his endorsement deals, even if nothing comes of it on the legal front. If there's enough there, he most likely has a moral turpitude clause in those endorsements. He could lose those contracts.
I tell you what, the lefty, they love him, and I like him too. I met him here before. He's a really, really nice guy. Just hope that it's not as bad. Let's hope there's no fire with this smoke. All right, guys, thanks a lot. Hey, the market's down a lot of cheap names out there. I'm going to give you 3 stocks. Put on your buy on dips list. They're coming right up.